my friend Moby just co-wrote a book called Gristle about from factory farms to food safety, about the impact of raising animals and what it does to our environment, not to mention what it does to our own bodies. And it just shows that it's better and more efficient and more productive to have a vegetarian or a vegan diet. Vegan, essentially.
Gristle, from factory farms to food safety, thinking twice about the meat we eat, was released in March of 2010, when the book's co-authors, Moby and Mi-Yoon Park, first went on tour to promote its release. Supreme Master Television was present on the first stop in Los Angeles, California, USA, in support of the book's message. To our pleasant surprise, we were met by some of our mutual friends.
What brings you here tonight?
To support Moby and Mi-Yoon's new book, Gristle, of course.
I'm here because I'm a friend of Moby's and I'm a very passionate vegan and animal lover, and I want to support anybody who is fighting to reduce the suffering for animals.
What brings you here tonight?
Oh my goodness, Moby and his new book. He's such a huge inspiration, and his new book looks really wonderful, Gristle.
Today and next week on Vegetarian Elite, we will present to you some of our insightful talks with the multi-platinum musician Moby on the golden rule and veganism, and the goal he and Mi-Yoon hope to accomplish with Gristle. And of course, we will take a glimpse into this factually bound and eye-opening book that's creating quite a buzz with readers, book reviewers, and even big corporations.
The only way to have a good life is to spend your life being an advocate for causes that you believe in, and in whatever capacity you can, trying to make the world a better place.
Richard Melville Hall, known globally in the music world as Moby, is renowned for his chart-topping music as well as his social activism. Although he's been making music since age 9 and started out in classical music, Moby made a name for himself in the early 1990s with the release of his progressive house single, Go. Since then, he has performed in more than 3,000 concerts, sold over 20 million records worldwide, released 8 top 40 music singles with much acclaim, and garnered several Grammy Award nominations in effect. He has created scores for films like Heat and James Bond, Tomorrow Never Dies, and his extraordinary collaborations include legendary musicians like Lou Reed, David Bowie, and Bono. Perhaps equally impressive to Moby's musical career is his social activism, animal welfare advocacy, and charitable works. He has devoted countless hours and huge amounts of funding to organizations like the Humane Society and Institute for Music and Neurologic Function. In fact, all proceeds from the sale of Gristle will go to benefit animal welfare organizations. At the Gristle book signing event, many attendees were introduced to another of Moby's collaborators, Mi-Yoon Park, who served as the book's co-editor alongside Moby.
Mi-Yoon Park is the executive director of Global Animal Partnership, which is an international nonprofit dedicated to improving the lives of animals in agriculture through collaborative multi-stakeholder efforts. She's a board member of Farm Forward and serves on the editorial board of the Gateway to Farm Animal Welfare, a web portal created by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. And before joining the Global Animal Partnership, she served as the Vice President of Farm Animal Welfare of the Humane Society of the United States and Humane Society International.
Mi-Yoon spoke about the first time Moby had contacted her to work together on reducing the suffering of animals raised for food, to the progression of their friendship to the present day. Their like-minded concerns led to the creation of Gristle.
We had evolved as advocates not only for environmental concerns or other social justice issues, but you know, most specifically for us, for non-human animals, that the issue isn't, you know, promoting veganism. The reason is all about reducing suffering. And that's what's so important, I think, about this book, that it gives you all of this information on how easy it is to reduce the suffering of individual beings whose lives matter to them.
When we return after this brief message, we will learn about how the Golden Rule led Moby on the path of veganism.
So I became a vegetarian for the simple reason that I liked animals, and it seemed inconsistent to both like animals and eat them. And then that same criteria that led me to be a vegetarian led me to be a vegan.